Hey, 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 everybody, and welcome to the latest AFTN Watchalong. And it's the first time that we're doing a Canadian game, so everyone is wearing their colours. Zach up there wearing his Voyagers shirt, Will Silver wearing his Canada hoodie, Steve draped in a Canadian top, and of course, I've made the trip to Aruba. I didn't get the memo that the game was in Florida, so I am broadcasting live from Aruba. It's beautiful in the background. Obviously, very, very hot, so I've got my sunscreen. I need that for my pasty Scottish figure. And yes, wearing the colours of the Euro 2020 champions, Scotland. I'm Michael McCall. Steve Pander, Zachary Adam Eisenheimer, Will Silver joining us for this watch along. We've had a couple of folks in. Are we able to get the highlights of the game up while we're talking? No, we can't for copyright reasons. So if you've got One Soccer, fire it up on One Soccer. If you don't, this is your best way to watch the game, I think. We want you to join in on the chat as well, so make sure that you're doing that. We're trying something new out. We're trying our new OBS system. So fingers crossed that everything works. Steve's been working hard on this. We've done a couple of tests away from the camera. But yeah, how are you feeling about this game, guys? It should be a formality. Let's be honest. Aruba getting set to kick off. We'll just wait till the game gets underway, then we'll just get into our chat. But a sparse crowd of family and friends, I think is what we can say. Referee, it's a last minute huddle. It's an interesting Canadian lineup. We will get to that. Dane St. Clair, perhaps one of the most interesting names. He is now cap-tied for Canada, getting the start in this one. I think it's what everyone expected. What are you expecting from this one, guys? Let's start off with Zach.
I'm expecting victory and goals and a clean sheet. That's the breakdown for the game. That's what this needs to be: win, goals, clean sheet.
I mean, it's a formality, well, isn't it? It's just one of these games. You have to get out of the way and just try and just get as many goals as possible, get off the mark as quick as possible, and then just have a bit of fun.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right. The name of the game is to rack up the goals and not look too much forward to Tuesday. Keep the eye on the task and just try to, hopefully maybe not get 11 goals, but could we get 10?
Well, I mean, let's be honest, Steve. The Cayman Islands, it was 11-0, and here's Adekugbe with a chance right away, out for a corner. The first corner for Canada, 50 seconds into this one. Actually, let's get a little kind of time check just so we know where we all are. I have just hit 1 minute.
I'm at 140.
Oh, you're way ahead of me.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm at 53 seconds.
Oh, you're way behind.
I'm beating you guys. I'm with Steve. I'm around 145 right now.
Oh,
I'm 126 now. I just moved it ahead.
Oh,
I paused it, I guess.
It might be some streaming issues then we'll have.
Obviously, you guys are way out in the interior, so you're obviously closer to the Wi-Fi hub.
I thought you meant Aruba. I thought you're closer to Aruba.
Oh, yeah, well, it's the time delay for Aruba, of course.
Yeah.
I am on a mountain, so that might help.
First chance to Canada, headed over there.
I have to say, though, Michael, one of the things I really appreciate about these games in Florida is that the pitch looks pretty immaculate. I mean, it has a pattern, and there's no dandelions or like bumps or anything.
It looks a little bit of a rough pitch in some areas, though. I've got to
true.
say.
It's true.
Yeah. I mean, it's an Aruba home game. They've tried to make it as close to Aruba as possible. They've taken a little bit of the beach from behind me and put it on the pitch in various spots by the look of it. Now, of course, we're doing this watch along because the game is only on One Soccer. And I know a lot of the guys don't have One Soccer. A couple of us did not have it before this game. So I really appreciate you guys shelling out to get it so that you can do the watch along with us. And if anyone doesn't have the game to actually watch it, let us know in the chat and we'll try and see what we can do as much as possible for this one.
Aaron Campbell. You see Aaron Campbell's comment there? He says, I'm in Manitoba 2 hours ahead. Spoiler alert, Canada wins 6-1.
Well, welcome to Aaron in Manitoba. Welcome as well to Gabon, Montenegro, who is from Costa Rica. So wishing us well.
When for the game itself, Suriname played Aruba, yesterday? No, 2 days ago, right? Or something like that?
Yes.
What was the score there?
It was 6-0.
So do you want them to...
Roblox is on from Suriname.
Do we need to?
So thanks for joining us.
Do we need to beat them by more than 6 in order to show something, or no?
Our goal difference is pretty good. We just have to win this one, and we are still top. It's all basically down to, as long as we don't not take 3 points for this, then a draw is good enough on Tuesday. Okay. But I mean, we've got to be honest. It's like if we're worried at this stage about making the octagon, we shouldn't even be talking about can we make it to Qatar 2022.
Exactly.
Yeah. I was speaking about earlier about us being nervous or not. I'm more worried about the stream holding up than this game.
Well, what
keeps your mind off of it.
Pretty good.
Yeah, so far so good.
Of course, we're watching this with a sign down, so I don't actually know who's doing the commentary tonight on one song.
I think it's Gareth Wheeler and Terry Dunfield. Yeah, I saw them earlier.
Good old Terry Dunfield, bigging it up in the studio, I'm sure.
So why don't we talk about the starting lineup? They mentioned on One Soccer. They mentioned on One Soccer that it's basically the B squad. They're going to have a complete different starting 11 for that Tuesday game.
I think it's a lot of what we expected. So we've got Dane St. Clair in goals. We've got, who's playing right back? Tejon Buchanan, is it?
Yeah.
Buchanan's right back. Central defence pairing, Stephen Vittoria and...
Stirring.
Oh, yep, Stirring. I wish they would do this not in whatever weird order they've done it in, actually.
So Victoria's one of the surprises, isn't he? I mean, you might have thought he might have been against Suriname.
Yeah, but you've got to remember that they don't actually have a lot of central defenders in this squad.
Mm.
So I think he kind of had to do it. But yeah, there's a couple of things in here, like David Witherspoon starting in this one. I thought he may actually get the nod on Tuesday, and of course he still might, just because of the great season that he's had for St Johnstone and how well he played for Canada in the last couple of games. But I mean, he's got stuff to prove. A few of these guys have got stuff to prove as well. We should also just point it out to folk, there probably will be swearing in this stream, so we'll just warn you ahead. I'm just opening up my traditional Canadian drink for everyone that might be joining. Iron Brew. It's a well-known Canadian beverage.
I'm having some Glacier Canadian water.
I'm having tea in my Batman cup.
Nice. Oh, tea. I should have some tea later.
Coffee, because I'm trying to stay up.
You're trying to stay up. I've just recorded a 2-hour Euros podcast.
Oh.
That we finished just after 3 o'clock. I've managed to get it edited and released already, so it's already out there.
When are we doing our Euros preview?
Do you want to do one?
Oh, we should.
I thought that's naming the teams in the pulled off at halftime was their Euro preview.
Well, it showed how much I was
naming the teams
preparing for it.
Northern Macedonia was on the tips of all of our tongues.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I actually, on a spoiler for our Glory Days of Gold podcast, we picked a dark horse, and I went with North Macedonia, and I have been mocked by the other 3 guys on it, which includes King Kenny, not Dalglish, but Duker, who used to play for Real Salt Lake and of course East Fife. Dangerous ball coming in here from Canada, which of course you guys have seen because you're way ahead of me, and Will has yet to see. Of course, at the moment I'm running the stream here, the One Soccer stream, and my wife is doing some online courses upstairs, so that could also explain why I'm behind.
That could be why you're behind, yeah.
But I mean, it's all Canada so far. Have Aruba actually got out of their own half yet?
I think they have.
I also just have to comment that the Aruba keeper's beard is just immaculate. I mean, Steve, yours is wonderful. And Michael, yours isn't shabby either, but he's taken it to the next level.
It's well manicured. I like a good beard. There should be more facial hair I feel, in soccer. I love moustaches. I think footballers with moustaches, it's a throwback to the 70s, different times. Yeah.
I just got mine trimmed. I just got mine trimmed this week. Just went to my barber.
It's looking very good, Zach.
So we'll just get through a little bit of the chat here. So we've got folk in from Suriname, from Costa Rica, Manitoba, which is a bit like another country. And of course, the big announcement just before this game kicked off is the Canadian Premier League is coming back, and it's going to be in Manitoba. I'm a bit surprised, since it seems to be the province that's been struggling the most, but I mean, that's fine. They think they can do a good bubble tournament there. I didn't fully get to hear the announcement, so if any of you guys actually heard it, you can maybe fill us in a little bit more. Is it basically what Sergio Camargo came out and said during the week?
Essentially, I think. I don't think there was very much difference between the announcements. They were saying that other cities did want. There were quite a few cities that bid, but Manitoba was, I guess, the best bid or whatever, based on their facilities and everything. And in actuality, it might actually be a safe thing for them, because if they're still in lockdown at that time, then it's actually safe for the players too. Then there are people running around with potentially getting COVID.
Oof.
It feels like it also, like a lot of things with the, I mean, PEI obviously was different, but it feels like maybe they're also connecting to one of their primary bases, which is communities that have a CPL team and a CFL team. I think it's not surprising to see it go to Winnipeg. I don't think I really wish they had done another Island games, either in PEI or even better on Vancouver Island.
Well, PEI just now, I think they're still having quarantine for people coming in. So I mean, that's part of the problem. Oh, here's a good chance here for Canada.
I don't know how cold it is up there, but Nunavut has islands.
Newfoundland, The Rock.
Yeah, and if you need accommodation in Newfoundland, talk to Will.
I know people in low places.
We learned that on our gathering like on a week or two ago, watching one of the games.
I was meant to be heading out that neck of the woods pre-COVID, and then we cancelled it, and then we've never got to take it up.
We had some friends join us from Newfoundland for that Zoom that day.
I once got a quick lesson on how Newfoundlanders speak. The way that the words all kind of combine together and the way they say stuff. It's pretty interesting.
It does blur. It does blur.
If you actually take it nice and slow, you can actually understand what they're saying.
Chance for Canada there. I mean, it's all Canada just now. I mean, it does feel like only a matter of time until they penetrate this Aruba backline. And like Aruba, so far, they've given up 12 goals in their 3 games that they've played. 6-0 defeat to Suriname on the 27th of March. 5-0 defeat by Bermuda on the 30th of March. But they beat the Cayman Islands 3-1 just during the week there.
Are your guys' stream slowing down or something? Or
no, I'm at 11:25.
Yeah, you're catching up to me because I'm at 11:36 and frozen.
I'm at 12:09.
Yeah, I'm at 12:14.
What happened to my stream?
I'm watching mine on my Roku stick though, so I think...
Yeah, but I have Ethernet cable connected to my computer that runs it, so I don't know what's going on with me.
Oh, that's weird. It might be as well because you're doing the OBS on the stream.
Yeah, possibly. I'm at 12:25 now.
Yeah, you're 30 seconds ahead. I'll try and refresh this.
So you caught up. This could be just interesting to see who finishes the game first out of the 4 of us.
Yeah. I tell you, Sam Arakukbe's had a good start. He's getting forward a lot here.
The hair's looking good too.
Yeah, always looking good. We never actually finished going over the rest of the team. So in the midfield, David Witherspoon, as I mentioned, Liam Miller, Liam Fraser, Mark Anthony Kay, who we still hope might get to the Whitecaps one day, Junior Hoylett and Lucas Cavallini leading the line for Canada. Let's hope we can try and reignite some of that spark that he had in the last World Cup qualifiers, because it's been sorely missing from the Whitecaps in the last few games.
It's also partly about getting the ball.
Yes, and getting some service, yes. I tell you, I'm a little bit hot on the beach here. I'm going to just move a little bit under the shade, but I'm a bit worried because I think I'm getting attacked by some giant flamingos.
Oh, no.
They're everywhere on the beach. They just wander around in Aruba. Look, there's another one behind me. Really pretty. I was looking for pictures to have as my backdrop earlier. My wife was looking at them. And she was like, oh, it's really pretty there. I was like, yeah, if it wasn't for COVID, we could have gone to this game. That'd have been amazing. One thing I'll say about Aruba, I like their strip, and I really like their crest on the jersey as well, the Aruba national team crest. It's very colourful. So
Canada giving up a lot of fouls right now. 3 fouls already.
Who's your danger man for Aruba? I'm sure you've done your research for this one. Anybody
in the chat from Aruba can let us know?
Actually, let us know. Since you've joined us all the way from Suriname, and the big game is coming up on Tuesday, Suriname and Canada. Who are Suriname's danger men? Who should Canada be watching out for? Because obviously Suriname now are putting together a pretty decent team. And in many ways, it's a shame for them that this is possibly coming to the end of the World Cup qualifying, although who knows what happens on Tuesday. 6-0 wins on Friday against Bermuda, and very much in control. 4 goals by half-time in that one. And Aruba's knocking the ball about a little bit here. Wasn't expecting this. A few dangerous forays forward, but nowhere to go. Good defending by Canada. Now he's going backwards. It's the Russell Tybert approach. If in doubt, head back.
Originally the June Marcus Davidson approach.
But yes, like Suriname, John Herdman was speaking during the week, and we spoke about this on the last podcast. He said he feels with the squad that Suriname are putting together that they're ranked 6th to 8th in CONCACAF, which I still feel is a little bit optimistic, but I do feel they're probably a top 10 side. And they've got that game under their belt last night, so they're going to get an extra day's rest as well. I don't know how much that's going to factor into it, because they do have to travel from Suriname to Chicago. And of course, Canada is going to have to travel from Florida to Chicago for this next game. But how worried are you about Tuesday?
The thing is it's either or, because like we said, this is a B squad for Canada right now. A lot of the guys who would normally start if this was a must win are not starting in this game. So those guys are definitely going to be rested, but are they going to be rusty as well? You don't know.
No,
are they going to?
He wasn't told up.
I got that. But are they going to be like out of form, not out of shape probably, but out of form?
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just wondering. I took my eye off the screen for a minute. Oh, that's a robust challenge. I like that though.
Michael, what minute are you at?
I am at 16:18. I'm just seeing Stanley Menzo on the screen just now.
Okay, keep watching.
There's a goal coming up. This is exciting. Canada knocking it about in the middle of the park. Victoria playing it out wide.
Nice move with the left foot.
And then the lovely little interplay here. Cross comes in. Lucas Cavallini, 1-0 to Canada.
Exactly how Glass City wrote it up.
Yeah. What you call it?
No flag up for that one?
No, it's all good. Michael, it was really nice there to see. You see on the replay here as you watch it, but
I'm very impressed that you guys managed to hold that in as well.
Mark Anthony Kay with a nice little roll over the ball with his predominant left foot, and then he put in the cross with his right foot.
Yes, lovely ball in from Mark Anthony Kay.
Hopefully, LAFC people are watching this.
Yes, because Mark Anthony Kay has been getting a lot of online stick from LAFC fans for giveaways.
Where did that come from? I just heard about it last week. It's the first. I thought he was well liked there up until about 5 days ago. That was my understanding.
If they don't want him, we will gladly take him here in Vancouver.
Glass City already signed him about 3 weeks ago. So
the thing is the supporters. I think management probably knows a little bit more about his importance than the supporters would. So I don't see, just because the supporters don't want him, I don't see him leaving LAFC anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't see it either. I mean, I joke about Glass City. His heart's in the right place, and it's a good fantasy booking, as they'd say in WWE, in the wrestling world. But I don't see him legitimately going to the Whitecaps.
What album is John Herdman listening to?
Is that a penalty for Canada? It is a penalty for Canada.
What album is John Herdman listening to on his earpiece?
But he's hurt. The player's hurt though. The player's hurt though. I don't know if they can call it a penalty if he's hurt like that.
Oh, it's a penalty.
He definitely pointed the spot.
I was joking. I was joking. I was saying he's feigning injury because he doesn't want it to be a penalty.
Oh,
yeah,
a dribbler.
He's pretending it's hit his chest, whereas it's clearly hit his hand. Who's going to take this? Is it Cava?
I think it's going to be Hoylett. I think it'll be him.
I'm pretty sure it's Hoylett.
If you're listening to us on the stream, give us a thumbs up. Put up 2 fingers. He's listening to us. He did that.
If you're following at home, 2-0. Not this.
I've just got to Hoylett taking the penalty. He hasn't taken the kick yet.
Oh,
I'm betting my house that he scores, which is good because I'm renting. Hoylett steps up, does it to the keeper's left. The keeper goes to the right. It's 2-0 Canada. I think I am going to get to do what time is it? Possibly in this first half. I am predicting 14-0.
No way. No, I don't see that happening.
14?
14-0, double hat trick for Cava.
Whoa.
Where's my glue?
Is that what you're sniffing or what?
Yeah.
I would say I have a feeling it'll be like, I think it'll be around 6-7, and I think it'll be early that they'll get to 6-7, and then they'll kind of ease off on Aruba. Early, I mean by like 55th, 60th minute, by then they'll get their 6th or 7th goal.
I like the pattern that they have on the grass here with the splotches. It's like it's really, really nice pattern.
I'm trying to come out of my channel now and go into it again to see if I can catch up a little bit.
Yeah, it kind of looks like acne scars or something on the pitch.
It looks like a tie-dye shirt, sort of, but
yeah.
I was seeing to see if it's like some kind of COVID enzyme or whatever. DNA.
I thought it was all immaculate at first. Now I'm noticing all the flaws.
I think when you're comparing it to the pitches that you normally see in
St. Kitts and Nevis.
It looks great.
So I've gone in and back out my stream, so I'm just hitting 20:30 now.
Yeah, you're about 30 seconds still off.
I'll be. That's as good as it's going to get on my Roku then, by the looks of it.
Hopefully Caitlin can pass her courses soon and then she's not on there anymore.
She's doing psychology. I think she's doing a study in me.
Oh, study on football podcasters.
Study on why I've spent hours doing a podcast. Now I'm doing a watch-along. Then I'll be doing the post-game show. Oh, we meant to have a chat. I meant to do this before we went live as to if you guys did want to record the show tonight. I need a little gap in between to have dinner and take Penny out. But
yeah, no worries. We could do. You mentioned Monday too. We could do record on Monday. I have no problem doing that if that's better.
I'd rather tonight, but.
Yeah, if we do tonight, we can get it out tomorrow.
Sure.
Are you good with tonight, Steve?
Yeah, it's fine.
Are we going to keep Will on?
Yeah, if Will wants to.
Sure.
I don't know. He's not wearing enough Canada stuff. I don't know.
I'll have to ask my wife.
I'm questioning his commitment.
Wait till we do our halftime quiz. Oh, actually, Zach, did you manage to pick up the presents from Steve's?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
it's right here, right next to me.
Oh, we'll do that at halftime then.
Okay.
For anyone that doesn't know, I finally got round to giving Steve and Zach their Christmas presents. But we'll open that. There's also something else in the bag, not for opening just now. So there's something that's wrapped in kind of tissue paper. So that's for something different that I haven't explained yet.
Okay, and you remember, I don't know if nobody else knows the story, but especially Will. But the packages were delivered, and I forgot to tell the people that live in this house that the packages were coming. And then they saw the packages there. They're going, "What the hell's going on here?" My mom
call you. You just didn't.
Yeah, I know. My mom saw the packages. She's calling everybody, going, "Did you deliver this? Did you drop this off?" And then one of my cousins says, "Just throw them away." Don't even look inside. so close to being disposed of.
I thought it was your kids that would be like, Santa's drunk. He showed up 6 months early.
No. Well, they were in school. They were in school.
To be fair, though, I did empty my sack all over his drive.
If you put them in Amazon boxes, then there would have been no problem. But because they were in the bags,
they would have been stolen.
Yeah. There'd be some hobo down the street with the present.
I was worried getting out my car.
Hobo down the street. Steve was in a nice neighborhood.
Well, he does actually. I said when I got home, I said to Caitlin, Steve's house is really nice.
Have you never been there?
Getting to there, like no.
It's
I
actually
some dodgy bits to get there.
No, it's actually easy to get there if you hit Highway 10.
What dodgy bits did you go through? It's nice.
Well, yeah, I went through I decided to go up Highway 1 and off Highway 1. Going home, it took me a completely different way.
Oh, I see.
I just went the way that I know how to get to the soccer stadium. That's all I'll say. Anyway, we don't want to give away where Steve stays.
I don't even go through that area.
Yeah, that was the area I went through. Bad mistake. Anyway, Canada's on the break here. Let's get back to the game. No one wants to hear us talking about this. Or do they?
Do we have predictions on, you said 14?
Yeah, I've changed my mind now. I think I might go with 7. I'm halving it.
To only 1 hat trick?
Yeah, I think 2 for Cavallini.
Oh, he's been thirded.
I haven't even seen who's on the bench.
I think there'll be quite a few changes, even at halftime. You might see some pulling off at halftime.
I'm always for that. I mean, hopefully Fonzie can pull someone off at halftime. See, he's on the bench. I mean, really, what Canada's got to hope for here is that you're coming out of this game with no injuries. And you've got a chance to work on a couple of things. Herdman was asked this yesterday in his pre-game call as to, are you going to use this game as a chance to work on some things for the Suriname game? And he's like, we don't have that luxury. He said the games are coming thick and fast in this period that we just don't have the luxury to do that.
Is it me, or are they really focusing on the female lineswoman?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I thought that a bit, but I didn't want to say anything.
But no, I was talking about the cameramen are like whoever's directing this game.
Well, no, I am.
The other thing too, maybe this is cheesy, Michael, but obviously the players that they look like they're emphasizing for the Suriname game are best players. There's any consideration for chemistry? I mean, it's so difficult when you bring all these players together for 2 games to have split squads like that and not even use this as a tune-up game or even center back pairings or something like that.
It's a risk, and it's like, I guess it's weighing up. It's risk v return. Because you can get some good chemistry going, but you also risk possibly picking up an injury in a game that basically is going to be a formality. And the Suriname game, we always thought it was going to be the toughest of the 4 games. And with the additions that Suriname have made, it is going to be a tough game. I still think it'll be a comfortable 3 or 4 goal victory for Canada on Tuesday night.
I'm not sure about that. I think it'll be just like every other Canadian game that is like a clincher. They'll make it tougher for themselves. Maybe it's white caps fatigue or something like that. That every time you think it's going to be easy, it's not actually.
Yeah, Steve, I feel your pain. Obviously, Whitecap supporter. I also am a supporter of Newcastle United, so I feel that pain when things should be easy and they're harder than they need to be.
Yeah, my condolences on that.
Yes.
Just reading the chat here.
And my brother-in-law is listening as well. He also feels my pain being a huge Newcastle supporter. So shouts out to him.
Aren't they getting bought by somebody?
Oh, Steve.
That's been going on for about 2 years now, maybe more.
You're going to make me cry now.
Steve, didn't you get the topics we're not bringing up today? I was
sorry. No, but I thought I could have sworn I saw it recently. Maybe it wasn't a recent. I was watching a lot of those TIFO football videos, the animated ones, and they were mentioning how Newcastle was being bought out by a pretty strong contingent of players.
The deal was sort of killed by the FA, and there's some rumors and feelers out there that it might be sparked up again, and there's some pushes, partly because, again, I know Michael has a great love of the FA and of England in general, so I don't want to slander them here. But it seems to be that they mostly said, let's not do anything. Let's not say no, and let's not say yes until they withdraw the offer, and then we don't get in trouble for it. And that's sort of what happened with that. And the Newcastle supporters and the Newcastle owner, Mike Ashley, are actually aligned in this and trying to force the sale through litigation.
Ian Allen, aka Evil Bert, in the chat says, "Never believe a Newcastle United sale rumor," and he also predicts a 32-0 scoreline.
Shout out to Ian, also a fellow sufferer and part of the Vancouver Toon Army.
Yes, Ian, nice to see Ian on the stream. He's predicting 32-0 for this one. He says he does that for every game. It'd be nice if we had another goal to talk about.
Ian is a former VWFC employee, so if you want to share any of your experiences, Ian, just share them in the chat. And there's lots for there. I'm sure we could talk about.
He also says as well, they've missed a spot at centre. So many green paint bits. He says either way, this is a step up over the good old cricket pitches that Canada's had to play on in the past.
Oh yeah, we've played on worse for sure.
I've got to say though, I kind of miss. I've not enjoyed these games all being in Florida. Like, it would have been so good because I've never followed Canada overseas unless you count Seattle, which nobody counts Seattle. Chance for Canada here. Oh, another save.
Does each team have
Aruba keeper?
Does each team have 2 buses at the match? There's like 4 buses in the parking lot.
Well,
maybe there is well, there's quite a few. Yeah, there's about
because
3 or 4.
like in Scotland at the moment with the lockdown restrictions, teams had to travel in 2 buses to games.
Oh, that makes sense. Speaking of pitches impacting matches, I was mentioning to you guys in the chat earlier, but if you have DAZN, I encourage you to take the time to watch their little documentary they're running right now called El Presidente on Ronaldo, the real Ronaldo. It's kind of like his story, his career, but also about his purchasing, ownership, and running of Real Valladolid. The first 3 episodes are out, and I think there's 3 more to come. And pitches is something that does come up in one of the episodes. And part of it, they show some clips of him playing on some bad pitches, like once in Moscow in like minus 14 degree weather, and once I think it was in Spain somewhere, and they were just showing you the angle from field level, and it was like the whole pitch was torn up, and they were still just like one of his shots I think hit a divot and just like went past the keeper thanks to the divot hit in the.
So just an update. Looks like Junior Hollet's gone down with an injury.
I was going to say that this is exactly why you don't put out your top guys in a game like this in case something like this happens.
No, he just wants a calf massage.
And I just lost my feed.
It's good to hear that, Zach, because I'm actually interested in watching that El Presidente, just from the commercial that I've seen constantly on DAZN. Yeah. I love the part where he's talking to another executive and he's like, well, this will be easier as it goes. And the guy's like, I just thought of the Whitecaps whenever I watch that. It's like, well, this will be easier as it goes along.
No one's ever said that to you before. They will. Yeah, here's the thing, though. It's kind of like some people have watched the Sunderland documentaries or whatever.
Love that one. Yeah.
It's like I didn't follow Sunderland as they were on their journey towards the conference. But it's better. I would say this with same thing with this one. It's better if you watch without like knowing what's going on or where the club's at right now. So if you don't follow La Liga, don't like search up how they did, where they did really great or really bad or whatever. It's just nice to kind of watch and follow along and not know what happened.
That one was Sunderland. It's just very fascinating to see how the actual mechanics go behind the scenes. I mean, the results are interesting. It's nice to see the emotions go along as they win or lose and how season gets together. But I just find it particularly fascinating about how the minds work of the people behind the actual teams.
So have they done a substitution? I think he's off, right?
Yeah, who'd they put on?
He is.
see who they put on.
I will soon tell you.
Hold off before halftime.
I haven't updated yet on the Canada Soccer feed.
Oh, no. Sorry, I was looking
I
at
don't
my
know that
screen.
he is off. Is he off?
He had a bib. He was holding on to a bib.
Oh,
so
yeah, he is. It just the shot that they just showed there made it look like he was about to come back on.
Yeah, no, I saw him walking off with a bib, so I don't know who's on.
Oh, here we go. So
Definitely ready for it.
who is that? Brogier?
Yeah.
Yeah. ZBG.
It is Brogier.
CBGBs.
Interesting thing as well, because Canada, they named their squad, but then they also brought in 10 players for just training as well. But those 10 players are eligible, well, 8 of the 10 players are eligible to play in these games. So why not just name them in the squad?
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
weird.
get that.
So Brogiard, I think, has gone to right back, and Buchanan's moved up.
Buchanan move it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then whoever is on right side probably go on the left side, because I think Horlet was playing on the left.
No, I think he was on the right, and Miller was on the left, I think.
Oh, was
you
he?
see,
Okay.
I've just got him coming on just now.
Oh, so you're behind now.
Yeah, I'm at 34.
34-46 for me.
Yeah, me too.
34-51 currently.
Wait, what? Will jumped ahead?
Oh,
This is the first
God.
watch along we've done that I've not been ahead of you guys. I don't like it.
I
I like it a lot.
I like to spoil it for you guys.
Did I tell you guys? Tell you guys about?
failing over and over again.
I
Hey,
tell
Mike,
you guys about,
Michael,
about the.
Michael, what time is it?
Oh,
It's 34:30.
No, it's 5 corners to Canada. 5 past the corner.
Oh, but it's 7 shots.
Oh, but 5 corners, 5-0 in the corners.
That's just the stats I'm getting on the screen. What were you going to say, Will?
I was going to say I did a Zoom watch with some Toon Army Vancouver supporters. I might have told you guys this story. And there was one guy actually in England, and he was the one that was furthest behind. It's like you could have walked to the stadium and just listened outside and been more aligned. He was like 5 minutes out or something. It was crazy. Sky Sports was just absolutely bending him over a table or something.
Just for me, it's a corner to Canada as they look to get a third. They do feel like they've kind of taken their foot off the gas a little bit, which I guess is to be expected. The job is basically done. And another corner coming up for Canada. I really do like the Aruba, the name as their crest. It's very, very good, very colourful. As you can see, I've been joined by some birds for this. Someone said, go to Aruba, there's birds everywhere. And I went and I found this. They're even pinker than me. Although a few more hours in this Aruba sun and I'm going to be really struggling. So another corner coming up for Canada here. Can they make it 3? Ball whipped in and again headed clear by Aruba.
Yeah, right now goal differential they're plus 17 and Suriname is plus 15.
Yeah, so it's all good. So basically, Canada just need a draw on Tuesday against Suriname.
Yeah, let's no, come on.
I know. I mean,
please, we have to win. We have to win these games.
Yesterday on John Herdman's conference call, I didn't get a chance to ask my question because of the strange way that Canada Soccer do things sometimes. So I'm going to hopefully ask him after the game tonight because I can't make his call on Monday. But I want to basically say to him, look, I know you don't want to sort of undervalue these opponents and like rule anything out, but the expectation is if you want to be considered for the World Cup, these are the games that you're going to be winning. Do you feel the pressure to deliver? Do you feel the expectation on your shoulders, and how are you dealing with that? I'm sure he's probably going to give his usual, we take one game at a time, blah, blah, blah answer. But I mean, he surely must be feeling under the pressure, because if he doesn't get Canada to the octagon, you've got to feel that he'd be away. Because to not get to the octagon with this squad against this opposition, I don't think it would be accepted by anyone. Even getting to the octagon mean, let's just pose this question, since we did it about the MLS managers, but I'll come to that again shortly as well. What do you feel would be an acceptable campaign for Canada to keep John Herdman in his job? Is it only qualification to the World Cup?
No, I would not say qualification would be I think I've said it before. The ability to be competitive in the octagon, or what used to be the hexagon, that's what we're looking for right now. I can understand that there might be some things because you never know, because there's always a leeway one way or the other that something could go wrong. But really, it's just to be competitive against those top teams in the CONCACAF, where it looks like you belong on the pitch with them. If they could pull, if they should be able to win 1 or 2 games here and there. I don't know how many games are being played exactly, like 7 in total, 1 against each team, or
yes,
is it 2 against each team?
No, just 1.
Just 1. Okay. So yeah, if they could be somewhat competitive in those games, maybe, and I think 3 automatically qualify for the World Cup, if I'm not mistaken, right? And then the 4th team goes into that playoff. If they're in that shout for one of those spots, that'd be fantastic.
Michael, I know it's a unique time in life and everything got changed around, for this qualifying, but I think it has to be, even though we would all argue that this player pool is better than what we've had probably ever, or arguably ever. I think making the final 8 or the whatever, it has to be considered like a step in the right direction. So even if we don't qualify out of it, I think that you can't take that away from Herdman. And so obviously I think they should.
Do you feel that would be the general consensus?
Because I mean the general
expectations are so high for this group.
No, Michael. I mean, if we're talking general consensus amongst the average sports fan in Canada, no, it'll be viewed as a failure or not good enough.
Yeah, for sure.
I think when those who follow football and understand Canada, where we're at, where we've been, where we're trying to go, I think they will see it as they will hopefully be able to see it as progress.
The thing is, people are looking at the attack and getting excited over the attacking players. You have to realize that the back line is not that great right now. They're still in a work in progress, and they're developing players. And some of these guys that are on this squad right now could be those players in the future that make a very solid back line. But right now, like honestly, Steven Vittoria right now is not, for me, a quality national team center back. Daniel Henry is kind of there. And then there are a lot of like in the same range, like where like Vittoria, same range as Vittoria, where I think we're lacking one spot there. Our fullbacks right now lack experience, or unless you're going to play Alphonso Davies at the left back, lack talent, like the top talent that you're looking for. So those are the kinds of positions we're looking for. I think we're great in goal. Midfield is very solid, and attacking is fantastic right now.
Yeah, they're still auditioning for center back and for full back.
Right back.
Yeah, I think the defence is the interesting thing, and central defence as well. I mean, Daniil Henry, I think we can expect to see him on Tuesday, probably partnering Vittoria.
Mm-hmm. What happened with the guy we just Ricardo, who just got called like
Ferreira?
Yeah, is he?
I don't know.
Maybe there was an issue. I don't know. Maybe he didn't want to travel for this one. Maybe he'll be ready for the octagon. I don't know.
Okay, because that's an important piece. As much as we were talking about about Kennedy and how I'm excited about him potentially being someone that could be, even though he's coming from a lower level, he could be one of the answers for going forward at center back. This Ricardo Ferreira seems to be, if not the answer, potentially the answer.
Zach, when you say Kennedy, feel free to say it a second time.
Kennedy.
Repeat it.
Why?
It's a wrestling thing.
Sorry.
I didn't even get that. So there we go.
But that Ricardo Ferreira not being there, I don't know why he's not there. But Michael, can we talk? I mean, you're wearing that shirt. So can we talk about one player who's not here? I know you have strong.
Scott Arfield.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't like, no matter who it was, I don't think you can pick and choose what games you come to. Like, David Witherspoon, who's on my screen just now, he's had a tough season for St Johnstone, just like Scott Arfield's had a tough season. I mean, John Herdman basically, he picked his words carefully, but he basically said Scott finds it hard to get up for these kind of games. So I get he's been injured. I get he's had a tough, long season with Rangers. They've won the league. They were involved in European competition. David Witherspoon's had equally a long season and had 2 cup runs and won 2 cups. He's over here. He wants to play for the country and do this trip. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's fair on these guys to then have Scott Arfield say in September or October, oh yeah, we're playing America and Mexico. I want to be involved in this.
But the other thing, Michael, going back to your question about expectations and blending it into this conversation, which is that for maybe Scott Arfield doesn't understand as well. I know he's a good Canadian boy, but he's a new Canadian boy. And for many cycles, getting to the hex was the goal, right? Like, and that was the big challenge, was to even get into the hex. So back to your question, I think we need to make the octagon and make a strong run. I would say top 5 and maybe sniffing at the position of getting one of the qualifications. Yeah. But
yeah, I feel we'd have to be in or around the qualification spots to make it an acceptable campaign. Mm-hmm. Finishing in the top 3, obviously very acceptable, but also very tough when you look at the powerhouses in the region. Mm-hmm. Oh, chance here for Canada. If anyone is wondering, it's 44 minutes gone. Very little has happened in this match in the last 10 minutes, which is why we haven't spoken much about the game. It's also why we're doing the watch along for this one.
Put it in neutral.
Yeah, the Suriname game is going to be a lot more exciting, but we kind of want to watch that. And this gives us a chance to just have general Canadian football chat.
30 goals to go for Ian's 32 nil scoreline. Michael, when I heard on the show, when I heard Herdman's comments about, hard to get up for it, I was concerned because as you would know, I've been really critical of like, for example, Dwayne De Rosario in the past of playing, there was games where he chose not to play kind of thing. And then later said, no, I've always played for Canada when they asked and stuff. But there were times where he went and played for TFC instead, at least one occasion around that Argentina game. And so are you okay, Michael?
I was just like 1 minute stop.
Oh, 1 minute left. I was critical of him for that. And so it's hard for me not to be at least a little bit critical of Arfield on this. Because
what a lovely, beautiful run here.
As great as it was for him to commit to Canada and play for Canada and do well for us, I'll let you watch this, Michael. Watch, Michael, watch. Michael, watch.
I'm watching. I'm way behind. I've just seen a great run from somebody.
You're close,
Liam
Michael.
Liam Miller just did a good run. Then I got to see the female lines lady again. Now Sam Adekugbe is on the ball. Lovely 1-2 there with David Witherspoon. Adekugbe sends it into the back post. Missed header there by Lucas Cavallini, but the ball.
How far are you behind?
For Canada. Still keeping it on the edge of the box. I'm getting into the mood here. Lovely play, Mark Anthony Case, skipping by defenders again. Plays into the back post, and an easy tap in for Lucas Cavallini. 3-0 to Canada. They played extra 24 seconds. I'd be furious if I was Aruba there.
That's an MLS goal made in MLS. Buchanan to Cava. But yeah, so I'm a little
Buchanan, I thought it was Kate that had skipped through.
I'm a little bit
Buchanan.
I'm a little bit concerned about the Arfield situation, and I hope that after this he'll choose to play no matter who we're playing.
So I'll give you a little bit of update on other games going on in CONCACAF. El Salvador is beating the U.S. Virgin Islands 5-0. Virgin Islands have yet to pop the cherry for them for the scoreline. Panama is beating Anguilla 4-0. It's the same thing. They're top and bottom of that group, and those are the two games. Panama right now, if they win, they're basically 2 points ahead of Dominican Republic. Was it Dominican Republic? I think so. Yeah, and they are playing Panama in that last game, so there'll be that basically is up for grabs there. And then El Salvador, if they'll be I think tied at the top, and they're playing the number 2 team, which is Antigua and Barbados.
Yeah, that's the double header that they've got in that game, playing the two countries. I just want to talk about Group E quickly, and then we'll get some present opening since it's half-time. Also, if anyone has just joined us, it is 3-0 to Canada at half-time. A brace from Lucas Cavallini, Junior Hoylett from the penalty spot. They're cruising against Aruba, as you would expect. They're going to have a tough game on Tuesday against Suriname. If they win or draw that game, they will be through to the knockout game. Who will they be playing in that knockout game? Well, it got very interesting. They're going to play the winners from Group E, which is going to be Haiti or Nicaragua. Those two teams meet on Tuesday in Haiti, and Haiti just now just need a draw. Both teams are tied on 6 points, but Haiti did themselves a lot of good with a 10-0 win over both the Turks and the Caicos Islands. So I think that was like 20-0 altogether that counted for. But give them a goal difference of plus 12. Nicaragua's goal difference is plus 10 because they only got past Turks and Caicos 7-0. So Haiti can afford to draw on Tuesday, and then they will be through in that game to hopefully play Canada in a double-legged tie, home and away. So I guess it's looking like it's going to be Canada and Haiti. I am apprehensive about that one just because of what happened at the last Gold Cup. We'll get into that in the second half, though. It is half-time just now. So for those that's with us, we'll just explain a little bit. So every year, we're going to do two things at halftime. One of the things which we've been doing during this show is we've been opening Steve's Christmas gift to us, which is a box of 2011 Upper Deck MLS trading cards. Zach and myself have been putting together our starting 11, and I think we'll both throw that open to Will and Steve to have a vote in that in a little bit. Oh. Now, I had ordered some presents for Steve and Zach, which turned out to be from a dodgy Chinese website. I got my refund though, thankfully, because I paid by PayPal. So their gifts never arrived. Then I ordered another gift for them that eventually did arrive. And then they gave me their gifts that I realised was a lot more than our budget was. So then I had to go out and get a second gift for them. I didn't have to, but I felt obliged. I felt guilted into getting a second gift for them. So that only finally arrived. So Steve and Zach have finally got their Christmas presents from 2020. Hey, if the Euros can be delayed a year, I can delay your Christmas by 6 months. So I dropped them off this week. Now, you've both got the same presents. You've got a big present and a little present. What one do you want to open first?
There's three things in here, though.
Oh,
yeah,
so
but he doesn't want you to open the paper tissue one.
The thing that's wrapped in paper tissue is something different. I'll explain what that is later.
Steve, what do you think? Should you open one and I open the other so we each get like a surprise, or do we want to open at the same time, both of them?
If we open up at the same time, we'll both get a surprise. 2 surprises.
Let's go small first, right, Steve?
Okay, sure.
Okay,
I'm opening
first. The small thing is the second thing that I bought you guys.
Feels like cards.
Oh, also, I'm going to turn my stream off just now just to save the bandwidth. So let me know when the game's back on.
It is cards. Sweet.
Ooh. I got Marvel ones.
Are these playing cards or like fun cards?
They are a game, which I don't think you guys have it here. It's called Top Trumps.
No, we do.
No, I've never heard of that.
Right.
How do I open this contraption?
Yeah,
this would have been really good in 2020, considering he was in power at that time.
Yeah, also you had nothing to do. You were locked in. It would have been good. Yeah. So basically what Top Trumps is, it's a card game that when I was a little boy in the 70s, this was massive. I had so many Top Trumps packs.
Steve, what's yours look like? Is it the same?
I got you both the same.
No, it's somewhat... Yeah, actually it is the same. You're right.
Yeah. They should be the same because they've got a modern, up-to-date one, but I want to get you the retro one. So basically, each card has a subject and a points total. So say it was Iron Man, and it might be strength 87 out of 100. So you each have cards in your deck. So say your top card is Iron Man. You would look to see what you want to think would be better than your opponent. So if you've got an 87th strength, that's quite high.
I see.
So you might be like, strength 87. And then if Steve's top card is like strength 26,
I take it.
Steve's card.
Yeah, my kids have a Star Wars game that is similar, but I don't know if it's the exact same.
It's very similar to probably the Magic cards that people have to play with.
I thought it'd be fun because you could play it with your kids as well.
Oh yeah, my kids love this.
But it doesn't exist over here. That's why it's taking so long. Because shipping anything from the UK just now, I've resubscribed to a magazine I like called When Saturday Comes. I'm still waiting for the latest issue that came out on May 13th.
So if you open the second one?
Yep, so you can get to your second one. I've kept a theme for this year's presents because I know that you guys like
a book. Cards in a book.
I'm hearing Lego in mine.
No. You're funny, man.
Ooh.
Oh.
Walk of the Reds.
I have this as well.
This looks cool.
It's a comic. It was originally out as 6 issues, but then they brought it out as a trade paperback as well.
Yeah.
So it's by the guy that does Judge Dredd.
I saw that.
One of the guys that does Judge Dredd. So it's a football-based superhero alien comic, which I've had it for 2 years, and I thought I should probably get round to reading it before you guys get it. So I've read it over the last week. I loved it. I really, really enjoyed it. So hopefully you do as well. I wasn't sure how much you were actually into reading comics as opposed to watching the Marvel stuff.
Oh yeah.
I read them too. I have a couple of sets.
Michael,
I wait for them to come in these trade packs because it's easier to.
Yeah.
Michael, do you?
Fantastic. Thank you.
You read it, Michael? Can I read it with Kirk? Or is...
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
There's no swearing in it. There's some like
Michael-esque innuendo.
Yeah, a little bit of innuendo, not much, but
it'd probably go over. But it'd probably go over his head.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably PG.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you so much, man.
Thanks, man.
Sorry it took so long.
No worries.
No, wouldn't be Christmas without gifts.
The original gift that I was going to get you, which I won't tell you what it is, because I still hope to get it for you for this year. It is another card thing that you can't get here, so I know that you won't have it. But it has an app, an Apple and an Android app that goes with it. But now, on my Android phone, the app says that it's no longer up to date and they're not renewing it. So I don't know if it's actually worth buying this for you anymore. I'll have to look into that. But it's a really cool soccer card game. That's all I'll say. And sorry, Will, we didn't buy you presents.
It's okay. I've been on your present opening once before, so I just enjoy seeing the presents.
Have a flamingo.
Yes. At least last time, I think Zach gave me a present that I had to pay him for because it was for my wife, but at least I had a present at the present opening.
Yeah, Michael, I might get more use out of these than I did that time you gave me that size large CONCACAF shirt.
Yeah, well, that was before we were properly given presents. That was just a free thing I got given at the Gold Cup or something.
That was
Copa America. I don't know.
I still have that hanging in my closet.
I'll take it back.
Would you wear it?
Probably not. I'm medium, so. Let me know when the game starts because I've turned my stream off just now.
So have I, because of this having so much.
You're not missing anything.
No, they're just talking about.
I didn't know Christian Jack was hired by One Soccer. I didn't realize that. Yeah.
It said my connection was unstable, so I thought I better kind of just ditch this. So let's do the second part of our halftime fun, which is, and I had done this, I was going to share the screen, but I can't now because we're doing this via OBS. So I'll get it up. I put my 11 together of the cards. So
you want me to grab? I'm going to grab mine. Hang on.
I'm just going to get my pictures up because I took a picture of it. I was being all fancy and I put it in a lineup and everything. So yeah, what we've done, like Steve gave us a fantastic gift which, I've got here. I'll actually just show you guys on the screen. So as I mentioned, it was a box of 2011. There we go. 2011 Upper Deck Soccer MLS trading cards.
Which I have a feeling I bought like way below what the actual price should have been.
By the sounds of it, yes.
I think I did. Because it wasn't, like, I've seen prices now and they seem to be much higher than what they were.
I know,
where'd you get them?
Opening them.
Huh?
Where'd you get them, Steve?
I got it from a place on Tuassa Mills.
Oh.
I saw it on their Facebook page or something that they had it. I went down there. When I saw the price, I go, that's a pretty good deal. I really regret not buying myself a box.
Yeah,
they pay you.
I think Zach, you said that they're out of it, right? Somebody went down there.
Yeah, I went there. I went to that store. I've been to a couple of other locations, and they don't have them.
Yeah.
Steve, Lajos Miklos says we need to update the score on the feed.
Oh yeah, I will do that. Thank you.
Thanks. We'll get to some of the stuff in the feed as well once we get over this bit. So I'm going to tell Steve and Will who my starting 11 is, and then obviously you'll agree that that's the best one, and then Zach will give you his runner-up starting 11. So in goals, I have Nick Romando. Right back is Zarek Valentin. Left back is Leo Gonzalez. And my central defenders are Omer Gonzalez and Marvell Wynn. I've got a midfield trio because I've gone for, better than DC one. DC never win though, that's the thing. I've gone for 4-3-3. My midfield three is Jeff Laurentowicz, Dwayne Di Rosario, and I put in Rodney Wallace that I got in my last pack.
Remember,
up front,
he has Dwayne Di Rosario as a midfielder in a 4-3-3.
Yes, but up front I've got Brian Ching, Landon Donovan, and Chris Wondolowski.
Oh.
So the two highest MLS scorers of all time, and Diro.
I like your side. I'm just concerned about the midfield, especially I like Jeff Laurentowicz, and Rodney Wallace is a good destroyer type.
Rodney Wallace played better wide, didn't he?
Yeah, he did play better wide. That's why. But he's a little bit physical.
He's as a defender stroke midfielder, so I thought.
Because he played left back.
I'm tasking him with DM.
Yeah.
What's he on Portland?
I think you could potentially upgrade that. I think even if you get a better center back, you can possibly move Marvell Wynn to the right side. I think he has played right side before too.
Before I tell you my team, I think I have a better actual team, but Michael has some better individuals. So, but I mean,
I'm all about the individuals.
He crushes me at keeper. He probably has maybe one center back better than me, and then his strikers are daunting. But as an actual football team, I think mine is much better. So here's mine. My keeper still, unfortunately, is Matt Pickens of the Colorado Rapids.
He's not that bad.
He's not that bad, but he's not better than Nick Romando.
He's not that good either.
Yeah, my left back is I would take over Leo Gonzalez any day, and it's Jordan Harvey. My center backs are Jay Demerit and RSL's Nat Borchers, the beast, the big beard, who played in Portland there for a while as well. And my right back, I have classic man Jimmy Conrad. My midfield is a diamond 4-4-2, and it's still a bit misshapen. There's a player I'm waiting for to put into it to make it a better shape, but I don't want to say who that is. At the bottom of my diamond, I've even gone out of my way to add someone I don't want on my team, Osvaldo Alonso from the Flounders. The right side of my diamond, and again, this is not his usual position, but I think he can play the role because he can play it and tucked inside, and he can also get it wide. Is Golden Balls David Beckham. Mm-hmm. On the left, a player again who's going to be inside more to allow Harvey to overlap more is Sam Cronin, former of TFC and San Jose Earthquakes. And at the top of my diamond in midfield is RSL's Javi Morales, which I think is a great fit for him there. And up top, I have a strike partnership, former Deadpool teammates, Juan Pablo Angel and Thierry Henry. Michael, you didn't put Beckerman into your team, eh?
No.
Okay.
I would have
put him over Rodney Wallace in that spot.
Yeah, I would have too.
I had Wallace in for the defensive side.
But Beckerman's quite defensive as well,
yeah.
I thought.
Beckerman, Beckerman put RSL in their diamond midfield as the bottom of the diamond.
I would have put Wallace at left back and then put Beckerman in their midfield.
Maybe I can still change it.
I think if you get a third center back, you can actually go 3 at the back.
Yeah,
because Marvel wins.
I'm not totally happy with my team. I'm obviously very happy with my strike force. It's like potent.
I agree with Michael. I agree with Steve that if you'd be better off having Beckerman in the middle and Gonzalez out and Rodney at left back.
And then I have the game starting, by the way.
Okay. Ooh. And if you get a few more midfielders, I would even put Hero at the top.
Carbonell has replaced Liam Miller.
Okay.
I could always get rid of Brian Ching and stick Dero up front.
That wouldn't be bad either.
That weird noise you're hearing is my Roku stick. I only bought Roku so that I could get the One Soccer thing because I cannot be arsed trying to cast from the phone or try and... Like, the browser as well on my Fire Stick it was Firefox, but then they took that away, so it's its own browser now, and One Soccer is a bit weird.
Like they need to put their apps on everything wherever they can.
Yeah.
Like
if you get the rights to all these things, it has to be available everywhere.
Yeah, I checked my Samsung TV apps and it wasn't there, which I was disappointed.
Yeah.
So I had to do like an HDMI cable in order to do that.
I'm just going to run for a second. I'll be right back.
Sure. So I'm at 46-14.
I'm 46-45 or 55. Sorry.
So I'm still. So yeah, it must be just on the Roku stick. Wonder if I can get it to work on. Oh no, I can't. I disconnected my Fire Stick to put the Roku stick in. I'll make do with this. It's not as if it's an important game. Anyway, Aruba on the break. First chance of the second half. You said there were some changes at the half there.
Well, there's at least one. Who was it? Miller came off for Carbonell, but I think there might have been one more. But Miller for Carbonell for sure.
Looking forward to seeing Carbonell, see what he can do in this half.
Miller for Carbonell is the only halftime sub.
I mean, if you look at who the subs are, I mean, obviously, we've already made one because Hoylett went off injured in that first half, if anyone's just tuning in. And ZBG came in instead. We probably won't change the keeper, so we've got Kennedy, Piet, Estacchio.
I see Piet possibly coming on. I definitely don't see
I don't know that I would risk Larn or Davies. I don't see the point of...
No.
Maybe Richie Larea? No?
No, because he plays right back, and they've already put
Johnston, I think
they already put ZVG in there.
So there's been lots apparently. I don't know if it's lots of complaints about One Soccer aside from the fact that it's the only place you can watch this. Yeah, that's beautiful. But lots of people saying it's crashing on them, and
I've had it crash like 3-4 times on me.
Oh, you too? Okay.
Yeah. I just right now it's just gone. Just
keep your eye on the screen because there's something beautiful.
No, I already saw it. I saw what you saw.
Oh, I was away with some of this.
Man.
Another made in MLS goal.
That is a nice goal.
So there's a goal coming up for Canada, everybody. Let me test out my talking here. Okay, ball forward to Tajon Buchanan. Lovely play inside to, I'm not sure who that is.
Bergyard.
Oh.
If anybody has it like crashing or something, all you gotta do is refresh the browser and it should come back right away. I've never had an issue with it not coming back.
Dennis Flynn said fourth One Soccer website crash. What's the over under?
Wow.
More goals,
Canada,
more goals or more crashes.
Yeah.
Beautiful goal there. It's like lovely ball forward, Mark Anthony Kay to Tajon Buchanan. The lovely little ball inside, but that spin there by ZBG. Beautiful, made room for himself, slices it into the top left-hand corner. 4-0 to Canada. Hope you've updated the score.
Oh, yeah, I got to do that. I forget to do that.
Michael, very good. You're getting ready for UBC games.
I am. Well, I'm hoping... we'll make this announcement on here because there's not a lot of folk watching. But the PCSL, Pacific Coast Soccer League, is hoping to be back very, very soon with a shortened season. Not Rovers. FC Tigers of Vancouver, who were in the league last year or 2 years ago. They're the defending champions. We will be their commentators. Myself and Gideon are going to be commentating on their matches in the PCSL, men and women's, because they're going to have a team in both. They're hoping to be playing their games out of Swangard and up at Thunderbird Stadium as well. So fingers crossed that season can go ahead and we can get some live local football action to get out to. There'll be a lot of well-known names to the guys that's watched TSS and the VMSL and stuff out there as well. It's how many teams they can get, because Victoria Highlanders have already said they're not going to be part of the league this year. I'm not sure that the other two island teams are going to want to be part of it either with the travel.
Yeah.
So that's a big blow. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can actually get the season up and running. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I want to get back to commentating. I'll use this as a test.
Well, Michael, it's sort of like if you know a DJ and you carry a Creative Records to get into the club, if you have a bunch of papers that I can carry to get into the stadium, just let me know.
Sure. It's like one of my friends, Mark Wilson, he's in a band back in Fife called 13 Tombs. He shared a memory of an old gig of theirs. And folk were saying, was that the gig that we all piled through in a van and we each carried a drum in so they could pretend they were the roadies so they could get into the gig for free? That's a great chance there for Canada that we just saw there. I think it was a corner at the end result. Just seeing ZBG's goal again.
I think it's Carbonell
ZBG or ZBG? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. ZBG. I've been watching too much American television.
So corner here for Canada. Whipped into the near post. Kind of not much done with it by Canada there. Played back out wide again. I didn't see who took that corner, but he's whipped it in again. And Witherspoon gets the block, but it looks like it's a free kick or a throw in to Aruba. So let's get into some of the chat comments here. Sorry for neglecting you guys. We do appreciate you for leaving some comments here in the chat. But I know a few of you have been chatting amongst yourselves, so that is good. And yeah, I'm just seeing all the comments here about choppy streams and streams crashing. Let's have another discussion about One Soccer having these games. So there was an announcement during the week. I don't know if you guys saw it, that's watching or not. We were having a little chat about it before we went live, but Media Pro has been in a little bit of financial difficulties, it would appear. They kind of reneged on some deals. They've sold off some of their assets over in Europe, and of course Media Pro own One Soccer. So what does that mean for the future of One Soccer here? Because the rumours are swirling that Media Pro could be bought over. Now, I think in a lot of countries, and Canada's got another chance here, but Aruba's cleared that. In a lot of countries where Media Pro have the rights, what they've done is they've sold the rights to certain games to other broadcasters. Now, that has not happened in Canada for the Canadian games, or for the CPL, really. There's been some CPL games obviously shown on CBC. Oh, great chance there for ZBG again. Good save there by the Aruba keeper. Nice leg save. That was always my speciality as a keeper, was the leg save.
The kick save?
Yeah. Basically because my reactions aren't good enough to get my whole body down there, but I can get my legs stuck out in time. So, but yeah, Media Pro license a lot of the stuff that they have, and that hasn't happened obviously with the Canadian games. Now, whether that's through choice because they want to get the subscriptions, or whether it's because TSN, Sportsnet, or CBC haven't wanted to pay the money, because let's be honest, how many viewers are TSN or Sportsnet going to get for Aruba, Canada, Cayman Islands, Canada? Now,
but isn't this a case where this business model worked for them in Spain, and as a result, they tried it in France and way overpaid for the rights, which caused them a problem? Now, I've never heard the exact numbers or what the CPL is getting, but they may have taken a bit of a risk, as you say, Michael, on Canada to hope to get TSN. And did they even pick up the US-Canada game? That time, I remember there was some difficulty and some people asking for it. And if you can't sell that to TSN, then your business model might not work in Canada as well.
I mean, it depends, I guess, what they were asking for it. Now, the deal that Media Pro has got is 10 years. And I'll say off the bat, I admire any company that is willing to have investment in the game in this country.
Mm-hmm.
How much investment, we don't know. Because there's been rumours that it's been either got really cheap or it's kind of like a sweetheart kind of deal. So we don't know. We also don't know One Soccer subscriber numbers because them and DAZN are very guarded in that. Now, DAZN has just launched in the UK, but it's only for boxing. They've signed a deal with Matchroom Sports to get all the boxers, apart from Anthony Joshua. UK, $1.99 a month. It's a great deal. And they hope to expand and add more things and then be bidding. But during the press conference, DAZN were asked what their subscriber numbers were globally, and they refused to say. Now, that's alarm bells ringing to me.
Yeah.
Because if it's really good, you're proud to say what your subscriber numbers are. And that's been the thing. Canada Soccer, the CPL, One Soccer, none of them will discuss numbers as to what deals were played, what the subscriber numbers are. You see some of the videos that were going up on YouTube, and they weren't getting good views. So I don't think they've hit anything near the subscriber numbers that they're wanting. And the pandemic and the shortened CPL season obviously didn't help. Now, what they've got going for them is they've got every single Gold Cup game. And here's a chance for Canada, but just cut out their ball, nearly getting through there to Tajon Buchanan.
Now, there were instances where they did, like during the Island Games last year, they were able to get some games on local TV. Like I know Pacific was on CTV or Check 6 or whatever it was.
There was a Hamilton station as well that picked up some games.
So they were able to do it. So it's not like they weren't able to. It's just a matter of whether it financially made it. For me, when they got these rights, the best thing you could have done is to advertise that you're showing these games on One Soccer by offering these for free. Sometimes. Not every game, but games that people are not going to be tuning into, I believe
this one. Let's be
like
honest.
This one, or the 11. They never imagine putting the 11-0 game on free for people to watch. You would have got people excited for watching that. And you would have improved your subscriber. So you got to take, for these kind of practices where it was a brand new thing, you got to take a hit on some games in order to grow your base that way. That's the only way to do it.
They did it with the She Believes Cup. They let CBC show the Canada games, but it was on a 2-day delay, which to me is pointless. That's
pointless. Nobody's going to tune in like that. Although some people might tune in not realizing it is a 2-day delay. I don't know. It doesn't.
The Cayman Islands game, like that, folk would be like, "Oh, look at this Canada team! Look how they're playing." This game, it's a sunny Saturday here in Vancouver. Obviously, it's a bit later elsewhere in Canada, but it's like if this game was on TSN or Sportsnet, you're not going to get many folk watching it. So give it away for free on YouTube, on One Soccer or something YouTube, and say, "Look, you can tune in. This is what our production quality is," because. One Soccer do great stuff for Canadian soccer. They've got daily shows. You might not like all the personalities. You might not like all the commentators. But, and another chance for Canada there. Was that Cavallini that fired that one off? The Aruba keeper's had a few saves here. He's done really well. It was Witherspoon. It was Cava on for his hat trick again.
No, I think it was Witherspoon. Wasn't it?
My fellow Scottish Canadian.
And I'm with you guys in the sense that I think that they have done, One Soccer has done great things. I must admit, I know this is fantasy land, but I think, the numbers or the economics don't work out, but it would be so much better for the CPL. And I really want the CPL to do well, to be on free TV. That's the way that it really grows the game. And I know that the economics probably don't work out, but for me, it'll always be sad that they couldn't make something work there, that the relationship between TSN or CBC couldn't work to make that happen. So, I mean, I wish the best for One Soccer, and I hope that things don't collapse around all of this, but Yeah, that's my one sort of sad thing about broadcasting.
Right from the beginning, they should have done a game of the week where it was consistent, like either where you do Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, Saturday, whatever day it was, you do a consistent game of the week by One Soccer, and you make sure that your One Soccer is all over the place. You show exactly the stuff you do and everything. So, because you're with football games, it's on for a constant 45 minutes. You're going to have One Soccer advertised the whole time in that one corner. So why not put it out there so people get their eyeballs on your product?
Yeah. See, the thing is, I know a lot of people are probably saying, and I was thinking this as well until I started thinking about it, national team games should be on TV that the nation can watch. But like harking back to the UK, Scotland games, they're basically live on Sky Sports, so you have to pay for it. But the BBC Scotland, did have a highlights show about an hour after full time.
Yeah.
And for most folk, that's all you need. That's all. If you want to watch it live, you get One Soccer. TSN, Sportsnet, CBC could do a half-hour highlights show at the end of it, just to keep everyone informed.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. But the thing is with Sky Sports, that's always been like that, hasn't it? It's always been.
Well, the BBC used to share the rights. Well, BBC and ITV used to share the rights initially, and then it was BBC and Sky. But then Sky's basically got pretty much all the Scotland games and all the England games as well. But you get highlight shows on BBC later.
See, the number one sport in Canada, obviously, ice hockey. That if that was on pay TV, the national games, there would be a major uproar. But you wouldn't need to put on pay TV because you get such a big audience for people watching that.
Yeah.
Now, Colton Merner in the stream, he's just kind of wanting to know like a time shout. So I know we're all on different times. So I'm currently, because I'm watching this on my Roku stick, I'm about half a minute, 30 seconds or so behind everyone else. So I'm just about to hit 62.
I just passed 62:30.
I'm 62:45 right now.
I'm 62:45.
Yeah, so I'm about 10 seconds behind you guys.
Yeah, these two guys are about 45, 50 seconds ahead of me because I'm the only one watching it on Roku. It's very interesting now to know that.
Well, I don't feel like we spoiled very many goals for you, though.
No, that's the thing. It's not exactly a game where it's not going to be tons of big spoilers. So, Colton, I would just watch as you are. These guys are going to be ahead, so I'm kind of calling it a little bit behind. But, yeah, whatever works for you best. So I'm currently going up to 62:45 now.
Somebody's injured. Adekube's down.
Sam is down, yeah.
Is that
Sam
cramps or?
He's receiving treatment.
Possibly. He's
the stretcher's on the field for him.
Oh. That's not a good sign.
No, I think they're calling the switcher on really quickly in this game.
But you've got to remember, it's Florida in the heat, so that's going to add to the cramp.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm concerned that Michael will call it a career for Sam now.
Definitely. I'd like to see what happened to him again, but
I think it's just cramps. I think he just went down on his own.
Can I give my Sam Adekube story? Actually, Zach was there, and Zach was part of the story or a major part of the story.
Of course.
I think you were there, Zach. We were putting up banners around the stadium before the game at the Cover Collective section. This is a number of years ago. And he came by. He wasn't playing. He was injured or something. He was in street clothes. He said, "Why don't you guys put up my banner anymore?" And we're like, "Because you're not playing."
Yeah.
Was it like when you put the starting 11 up or something like that?
No, we never had the starting 11. We just had some individual stuff, right? So we made a thing for him when he made his debut, and Lee Young Pyo was making his final ever appearance. And so we used to. Oh wow, David and Davey's coming on. So Davey's coming on. Davey's coming on for Sam, and David's coming on for
D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, or Davies and David.
I get nervous with this.
Yeah.
Just it's like it's late in the game.
Why? It's 4-0.
I think it's to give him a run out.
They can. Oh yeah.
Is Spoonie wearing the number 8?
Yes.
Yeah.
Coming off.
Oh, I hope he's going to pop a goal in this one.
Yeah, but
talking of Spinney, I was trying to get a one-on-one interview with him, but the Canadian players are not doing one-on-ones this week. And then 2 days later, a one-on-one interview appeared with him with Neil Davidson. But there we go. I'll wait till he gets back to St. Johnstone, and then we'll get him on the show then.
A good Sam Adekubu story was, I'll never forget, he was still in the residency at the time.
Oh, he came down to the Curva Collective? I was there. Yeah, I was there.
Caleb Clark was making a
Caleb Clark made his debut. Yeah, I remember that.
And so a bunch of the residency guys came down with us, and they were in the aisle and singing with us. And yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Oh, I mentioned earlier that I was doing my Euros show recording earlier. I had Kenny Dooker on it, who used to play for Real Salt Lake. So I just mentioned to him that, Canada's playing tonight. We're doing a live watch-along. And he said, I've got a game-worn Canadian jersey hanging up in my house here. I'm like, what?
Whose jersey is it?
Will Johnston. He was at RSL, and he was Kenny Dooker's
Will Johnson.
roommate.
Will Johnson,
yeah. He was Kenny Dooker's roommate at RSL when he first went there. So he's got his signed Canadian jersey. I was trying to see if he would give it to me, but apparently his little boy has it.
That poor female linesman, they just showed her again, and she was like wiping a huge amount of sweat off of her face. It's just like she's dripping with sweat.
That. Oh, she is. Dripping.
Boys, like, I've never seen a linesman get this much like camera time.
No, she was moist.
I'm sorry I brought it up.
That shows you how hot it is there, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Sam going down, and like that may be also why they're wanting to give D&D a bit of a run. But like you guys, I'm a bit nervous.
Where is the game?
Florida.
Bradenton in Florida, where the IMG Academy is. Yeah. Actually, you can see that all around the side of the pitch. That's where they have a lot of the games when the residency were down for the USSDA playoffs, when the USSDA was a thing.
Current temperature is 27 degrees with 77% humidity.
Ooh. I know my dog beside me is panting, so she's hot here in Aruba with me.
So I wonder what the temperature was when it started. The game started.
I'm going to go back to the Flamingos because Ryan McLeod in the chat had said that the Flamingos behind me are amazingly still. I've got them well trained, but they will attack if need be. If anyone goes near my bag of crisps, they'll be right there.
Sorry, you've got them trained to attack. Could you be the new Whitecaps coach?
Oh, okay.
I think they would struggle. They still need a creative player in midfield. There's just too many turkeys.
I gotcha.
Okay, Germany is concerned now. All of a sudden, Germany will be concerned.
Oh yeah.
What are we about to see here?
Yeah.
Close your eyes, Zach.
Yeah, close your eyes. Oh, you should have seen it already.
Yeah, you should have seen it.
Oh no, is something about to happen to Fonzie?
It's not that bad. He'll
got his foot a bit.
Lovely run by Fonzie. Oh, that is a shocking tackle.
He's going to score here on the free kick. It's okay.
Oh,
even though it's set up for a right foot, it should be the right foot.
Oh, but that's the end. That's him gone. For anyone that doesn't know, this is our in joke that whenever a player gets injured, I have it as season ending or
career ending.
Career ending in some cases.
I remember you had a Sam. The reason why I joked about Sam is because you were on about Sam getting a hamstring injury, and you're ending his career because of a hamstring injury.
Well, he kept getting them, to be fair. Oh, it wasn't maybe that bad a tackle. Now that I've seen it from that angle, he's still got two legs. That's the.
But he sold it.
Yes, I think he's learned a lot in Germany about acting. Oh, the referee heading over to the sideline here. We don't have VAR in this match, do we? Oh, he's speaking to John Herdman.
Yeah, Michael, Alfonso Davies learned how to act like a winner in Germany.
Oh.
But they only won one trophy this year. That's why they fired the coach, I think.
Yeah. Are they taking the keeper off?
Stop saying they fired the coach. They didn't fire the coach. The coach chose to move on.
Oh,
he's going to be the national team manager.
While we're waiting for this free kick, just to go back to the Euros, I've tipped Germany not to make it out of the group.
Yeah, that's not a.
What's the group that they're in? They're in the group of death, right? I think.
Free kick to Canada and just whipped
they're
over
with
the
both
bar
the
there.
from last time. France,
Are they taking the keeper
Portugal,
off?
Hungary.
The Aruba keeper? Or our keeper?
He took the armband. The Aruba keeper took the armband off and went over to the side.
Oh yeah, I think he's getting pulled off. Lucky guy.
Are they pulling the keeper for an outfield player?
Well, it looks like they're bringing on 2 outfield players.
Yeah, what's going on?
This is baffling. Yeah, the keeper has gone off.
No.
Oh wait, no.
Number 13.
He gave him the armband.
Oh, that's.
It must be a veteran Aruba player.
Okay.
Probably one
But
for his last.
he made such a deal of running all the way over to give it to him just as he entered the pitch. Is that a rule or something?
It's called respect, Will, for your elders. You should learn some of it.
We're now.
Are they time wasting?
Yeah, they want to keep it 4-0.
We're now in the 72nd minute for those watching at home. There's an interesting comment here in the chat from our friend Ryan. Michael, you know him, right? He says, Netflix is the biggest streaming platform on the planet and is billions in debt. Haven't turned a profit. They haven't figured out that side of the business yet. Very tricky.
Part of the thing with Netflix, though, of course, is they're trying to clamp down on folks sharing logins. So, for example, my father-in-law has Netflix. We just use his login because he created an account for cable.
Allegedly used a lot.
Yeah, that we could possibly have done that. Obviously, we would not do such a thing. But I mean, it's very commonplace. It's like folk are sharing logins all over. So Netflix are trying to clamp down on that.
Who's coming on? I think Cavallini's coming off, and who's coming on?
Laren took Cavallini.
The truth is, I'm going to give a bit of shout out here. I'm occasionally on a live stream called Momentous, and we talked about this a while ago. Is that it's a tech live stream, and basically we saw this with iTunes and Bonfire and a few other sort of media sort of distributors back in the 2000s, where everyone was trying to get into that game. Once iTunes tried to make it happen, everyone was trying to sell music and videos and stuff like that. And we're seeing this a lot with streaming services. We're seeing, Amazon even has one, and Netflix and Disney. And I think the game is eventually this is all going to contract, right? And I unfortunately, One Soccer might be caught up in this. The natural thing is that they either get gobbled up by DAZN, and then maybe DAZN gets gobbled up by Amazon, who's making some inroads into sports because there's a big market there. The more that you can give to your customer, the more that
WWE sold their network to Peacock.
Yeah.
The thing is with One Soccer is you can't even sign on 2 different like places.
Yeah,
like
2 different devices.
Allegedly, me and Michael tried to do that earlier today.
Yeah, we may have had
and
that discussion.
And it didn't work, so that's why I bought a 1-month subscription.
But this is the thing, is there's just not enough value if you're charging $75 for what. And look, I love One Soccer. I want them to do well. They, like you said, Michael, they support
for
Canadian
Canada
soccer.
here. I'll just stop you for a second. Chance for Canada. Another great save by the Aruba keeper there.
Was that Carbonell?
It was Carbonell that was
nice
put
shot
through there. Should have done a bit better by that, but a great save by the Aruba keeper, keeping it to 4.
Colton in the chat says, where does he say this here? Oh yeah, Netflix is also loss leading, e.g. gaining market share and squeezing the market.
Exactly. Yeah, they're trying to get the foothold, right?
Yeah, they essentially know they're not making money for a while, but that's why they keep spending, and they spend money a lot on products and everything like that. But now they're doing a lot of in-house stuff, whereas before they were getting stuff from above.
But that's also what Amazon did too.
Awards as well. Yes, the thing with Amazon, I wonder how many folk would actually have Amazon Prime if it wasn't for the delivery aspect that's tied in with it.
But Amazon did this with selling books, right? They were losing money for years and years just to get a foothold, and now they're basically the dominant force in selling things online.
But the Netflix thing, to me, and I know this is partly myopic or partly just looking at my own family and stuff, is like it's hard to actually compete with, in my opinion, to compete with Disney or Disney Plus when they have these massive things in things like Star Wars and Marvel and whatever. They're always gonna demand a share of the market, to use I guess the language or whatever, that you're never going to be able to take away from them.
We've had this chat just amongst ourselves. Everyone just has a limited amount of time.
Yes.
That they can watch stuff. So like Steve and Zach, family guys, they want to spend, just break off here, another chance for Canada. They're getting a lot of success up the left wing here. There was a couple of chances there. Ball gone out for a goal kick. But yeah, like Steve and Zach, family guys, so you want to spend time with your family. If you're going to spend time with your family, you're more going to go for something like Disney Plus or Netflix than maybe a One Soccer or a DAZN. Like my wife, no interest at all in any sport. So I'm really lucky that she's got lots of other interests, a couple of lovers on the side, stuff like that as well. She doesn't. But if anyone is interested, just AFTN Canada on Twitter. We'll see what we can sort out. Good deals available, especially on a Saturday and a Sunday. Half price. But she's fine to go and she's doing a lot of courses and stuff.
I can't even say cut it out.
Yeah, we'll cut that. Oh no, we're live. Oh no. It's okay, she won't watch this because she's got no interest in sport. Zach's
and you don't have to edit it either. No. So you won't hear it then.
I don't know who's in Zach's house with him. Hopefully he's just appalled.
Oh, it's just my daughter coming in. It's okay.
Oh, it's okay. I'm not setting an example for her. But yeah, in all seriousness, it's like she wouldn't sit and watch all the sport, but I'm lucky in that she's got other interests, so she goes and does things. But not everyone has that. And folk with families, you kind of have to spend time with your family.
Yeah.
So, Allegedly. You keep telling me you're spending time with your family. Is that
I think the other thing too is I think there is room for a couple big players in sort of the streaming land, but such a small minnow like One Soccer, it's such a niche that it's inevitable that they're going to get bought out. And for me, honestly,
what time is it, Michael?
Okay, it's time for me to do some commentary. So I'm at 76.50. It's a throw into Aruba here. Dispossessed in the middle of the pitch. Lovely play in from David. Alphonso Davies plays it out wide to Tajon Buchanan. Timing the ball back to Davies. Looks for the pass back to Buchanan. He's got space if he wants to run. Out to Alphonso Davies. Gets it out wide. Lovely cut inside. Cut back there. I'm not sure who number 20 is. Back to Davies, and he fires it home. It's 5-0 to Canada. What's the time? It's 5 past Aruba. We're doing very well. Who was number 20?
That's Jonathan David, but it's an own goal, Michael.
I think it's an own goal.
It's gone off the defender.
I haven't seen the replay there.
Yeah, it's big deflection.
But yeah, 20 is Jonathan David. Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Good work by Fonzie there. Oh yeah, that's my kind of clearance. That's why I don't play defense.
Will they CONCACAF it and give it to him as a goal? I meant MLS it and give it a goal to the attacking player.
I don't think you can. That's a clear slice into the net by the Aruba defender.
But if it's an MLS scorekeeper, they might give it to him. The person who's keeping score.
I think the Flamingo behind me could have defended that better.
Sorry, I was excited to see Alfonso score, and even though it's not his goal.
I'm debating, like when I go on the Herdman post-game call, do you think I should keep the Flamingo?
Well, yeah, you should. Keep the Aruba sign at least.
That Aruba sign would be better.
Is that going to be on like Twitter Live again, Michael?
Possibly.
Just a quick note from the chat too. Colton said earlier, let me just find here. Yeah, he says, he's talking about bringing on Davies and David and stuff. He says, Aruba hasn't been aggressive much. Low risk, question mark. And then his next comment was, I just jinxed it.
Yeah.
Davies
it weren't until Davies came on and it's like, he's a good guy. We're going to have to foul him.
I think it's a little bit too, because I think it has a lot to do with the fact that Davies is so aggressive too. So when you get an aggressive player, you become more aggressive as a defender.
And of course, we're not seeing Davies as left back in this, because Herdman's had every single time he's spoken to the media in the last week or so, it's been like, so do you see Alphonso Davies as a left back, or is he going to be playing an attack? Surely attack. But the advantage in some games is if you have him at left back, it lets you get another attacker on the pitch. I mean, the guys watching, let us know in the chat. Would you rather see Fonzie play left back or in attack for Canada? Or is it going to depend on the opposition?
I have no issues if they can find
Corbin
that
to
extra
the back post and into the side net in there from Jonathan David.
If they could find like a 3 center backs, if they play 3 at the back and they could play Davies as a left wing back, that would be interesting. But left back, I feel like he's a little bit too far back to be involved in the attack sometimes without giving something up.
Yeah, I agree. For me, it's Davies. I think it's dependent on the opponent and dependent on like the situation and the other players available for the squad. I think that those are the most. That's what should determine it. Whether or not he's come out and said, it's he's my left back or whatever. Steve, have you updated the thing to 5?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm just a little behind you. Just from going back to the Netflix conversation, just a couple of things.
Yeah, there's some good stuff in the chat here. I'm just reading. I'll let you take that, Zach.
Colton says The Verge did a great podcast on the rise of Netflix versus the fall of Blockbuster. So that might be something interesting.
I'd like to see that.
There's that Blockbuster documentary as well, which
it's on
talks a
Netflix.
little bit about that.
It's on Netflix. It had Kevin Smith in it. It was really good.
Tillman.
They talk about the last Blockbuster that's still in Oregon or something like that. Bend, Oregon, I think. Yeah.
Tillman D said Netflix, DoorDash, Uber, Amazon, etc. all do that too, right? Read an article that was saying this trend was a consequence of 0% interest rates.
Mm-hmm. Of course, Amazon get the advantage, which is don't want to turn all political, but the G7 have made an announcement that they're going to really try and clamp down on the tax that companies like Amazon get away with not paying. So it gives them a foothold, it gives them an advantage over so many businesses, not just in terms of broadcasting, but like bookshops and everything else that they're kind of putting out of business.
Yeah, did you hear? Or did you guys experience this as well? I think two of the things we pay annual fees for, monthly fees for, or whatever, came through saying, hey, by the way, now you have tax. So like Netflix, I think my wife said.
DAZN's now.
DAZN was the other one.
GST and PST.
Yeah, and then I think there was a thing. This not only for the streaming, but I think there was other apps too that had to charge like the Uber Eats and stuff like that. I think they were starting to pay for taxes too, or they had a service fee or some kind that they were passing on to customers.
It's interesting too how COVID and the lockdowns have affected some of these businesses as well. And sometimes for the positive, like Amazon already doing well and Netflix and some of these, but then, things like Uber didn't do as well in some ways, even though they had Uber Eats or some of the other rideshare apps didn't do as well because of the way the lockdown is set up. So it's interesting how that's been affected as well.
Yeah. The thing is, like all the cost cutters and everything like that, I've still got cable. I'm an old fashioned guy. If I took away my background, you would basically see that I'm so old fashioned that I've got a ton of CDs behind me, as you can see. And I still like all that, and I still have cable. But more and more folk are cutting the cord, and there's only a limited amount of money that folk have on a monthly basis. You start adding all these things together, and I genuinely don't know how people can afford to have everything that they've got, because then you've got things like there's Acorn TV that has lots of UK shows, and Hula, and like Amazon Prime's got all these other things that come with it, and then I've got Crave TV through my cable package, and there's HBO Max, and then there's Paramount and Peacock and CBS if you're in the States. At some point, all these are you're gonna have to get mergers, because there's no way that people can afford to have all these things.
Yeah. And that's for me, honestly, is one of the reasons why I don't subscribe to One Soccer More. I want to support them, and I have in the past, and obviously I am tonight. But I would like to subscribe, but $75 a year is just a bridge too far when I'm already paying for Netflix and Disney Plus and DAZN. I just have to draw the line somewhere.
The thing for me with One Soccer is, because there's so many games that they were showing on CBC, although some of them were bumped to CBC Gem, So again, like on my TV, and I can't download it, but on my Fire Stick or my Roku I can, but my LG TV doesn't. It's not compatible with CBC Gem. So that's another thing that it's on, but some folk haven't got access to. But there's games shown on that, and there's games shown on other channels. So do you get full value for money if you're able to watch some games? Because who's going to watch every single CPL game? There's going to be some hardcore fans that do. And I mean, they need to pick up more. Like Colton asks in the chat, do we think anyone will pick up the SPFL rights again? Because Sportsnet had it and they let it lapse. I thought One Soccer would go for it, because I thought that would be a good business thing for them, because they would get lots of Scottish fans to buy it. It's been picked up by an app called One Football. So not One Soccer. It's an app where you can stream free the SPFL games, one a week. So they've mainly got the Rangers and the Celtic games on. So you can get that. It's a crappy app, I think, in general. It's not very user-friendly, but it's called One Football. Have a look at it. Apparently, they've got the rights for SPFL for next season. So we've got another break here for Canada. Corbeano plays it out to Alphonso Davies, who just puts it past the far post, just beyond Kyle Larn there, if he just stretched out a little bit for that.
Keep going, Michael. Keep going.
And Aruba keeper's looking a little bit puzzled. Have they given a corner for this? I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, no, the Aruba keeper has taken the goal kick here.
But just to let everybody updated too, I've added a new thing on the stream where I'm updating how many crashes I've had with One Soccer.
Oh, and a giveaway from the Aruba keeper. It's cut inside to Kyle Larn, who slots home number 6 for Canada. That's one of the easiest goals Canada's going to get. One of the easiest goals Larn's going to get in the red of Canada. Good for his confidence going into the Suriname game, hopefully. But getting a horrible giveaway by the Aruba keeper, who had done so well and done so much tonight. Right?
Aaron Campbell just needs a goal against Canada to make his prediction come true.
Well, I cut my prediction to 7, so I think 14 was being a bit optimistic maybe at the start.
I also have a comment here, sorry to interject, from our friend of the show, Greg Petrie. He said, FYI, noted One Soccer fan Peter Shad asked the CSA about the streaming problems and not One Soccer, the people actually responsible.
Oh, interesting. So I take it a lot of folks been having issues then.
I think that's the point, yeah.
Mine's has not crashed at all.
Currently the score is 6-0 for Canada, and One Soccer crashes are 6 as well for me.
Oh, who's going to win? Who's going to win?
Michael, we're talking about all those services and stuff. Content obviously is really important for them. A question from Colton in the chat is, do you think anyone will pick up SPFL rights again?
We just talked about that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've been paying attention to all these other questions.
Yeah, it's on One Football.
Oh, is that free, or do you have a pay for it?
It's a free app.
Oh, okay.
It's a crap app.
Wait, you're saying I could watch? You're saying I could watch Scottish football for free?
Yeah.
Can I throw another thing into the streaming mix here? I know this is part of maybe side talk as we're watching a blowout.
Michael, keep watching them, Michael.
No, another one. Surely not.
Oh my God, I missed it. I was too busy.
Well, here we go. Let's get back into this. So, Aruba pissing about in the sideline here. It's a throw into Aruba. So many things seem to start from Aruba play as they give the ball away, and they've just loosely given it away there. Canada breaking forward. Mark Anthony Kay, who I forgot was on the pitch, plays the ball inside to Jonathan David. Lovely play by Jonathan David. Takes it to the outside, slots it past the keeper. It's 7-0. Let's all dig out the 7-up. We haven't got it. We've got Iron Brew instead. It's just as good as 7-up. John Herdman in his tight top, looking happy as he lies against the barrier there, listening to us.
Question for you guys. Did he bring Davies and David in there to get the scoreline up so it didn't look that bad?
Well, I sent him a text going, I've got some money on 7-0. Get the business done for me, John. He's like, sure thing. Because, if anyone doesn't know, we've talked about this in our podcast, John Herdman actually does listen to our show. Don't know if he still does, but yeah. After one of the training sessions here, we were doing a scrum, and then he was like, "Oh, I've just started listening to your show. It's really good." I was like, "Oh, cheers."
I've just had my full first one soccer crash.
Oh.
I had one crash a little while ago.
Something just shut down.
Let's try and get through some more of these chats, because as soon as the game finishes, we're pretty much going to call this a day, because I need to get on to the post-game presser with John Herdman.
I turned on my thing and it asked me to rate the app.
Oh. Colton says, specific Vergecast episode re-Netflix, introducing Land of the Giants, the Netflix effect. It was a shared episode from within the Vox umbrella. Peter Parker, any word on how serious Hoylett's injury is? Haven't heard anything yet. He says if it's long term, that will be tough for him to get a contract at a new club, because yes, he is looking for a new deal just now. That is the worst possible time. I mean, you just have to hope it's not too bad, but when you're playing in this heat, my thought immediately goes to hamstring. But I guess we'll have to see. They're a bit slow usually at giving updates. Colton says, Aruba is very lackadaisical, surprising. They're not really being outworked, more that Canada is capitalising on very bad mistakes. In the last 10-15 minutes, Aruba's giving the ball away. No, there's another chance there for Canada. Kyle Larin hitting it over from 6 yards out. That should have been number 8 there. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if Aruba's getting tired. It is hot out there. Obviously, they're going to be more used to these conditions. John Herdman talked yesterday in his press conference about the Canada players moving down from Chicago to Florida. They really felt the heat. They really noticed the heat, and it was kind of taking a toll, especially in the guys that's been playing over in Europe. But, I mean, Aruba have looked a little bit tired, and they've been punished for their giveaways. And I think it's good that Canada has stayed switched on and pounced on those giveaways, and we've just another giveaway there as I talk about that, setting up another Canada break.
So Canada, just to let you know, the current is plus 22 goal differential. Suriname is plus 15.
Oh, wow.
So definitely no issues with that.
We're about to get to full time. It's 2 minutes of stoppage time. We're just in the
and they focus on the lineswoman again. Just wait for it. There's like a following her around as she fist bumps people.
I want to know who the director of this broadcast. Not One Soccer. One Soccer's not directing this because this is coming from Florida.
Oh, somebody
is directing this and putting this. Oh my God, John Herdman is getting knocked around too.
Well, it's like in the World Cup. It's always
back to the
of girls in the stands with tight tops on.
Back to the female lineswoman. She's being centered in there. Now they're kind of moving away. Oh my God.
Maybe it's her cousin or brother that's filming it.
Michael, you missed the opportunity to ask Peter Parker there what's going on with Spider-Man and the Spider-Man.
Oh yeah. Yes. So, I mean, I think it's a good way to end. We've just seen the female lineswomen fisting the other officials there. What better way to end a stream than on that? It's 7-0 to Canada over at Aruba. It sets up a great game on Tuesday against Suriname. We're not doing a watch-along for that. Zach can't make that one. And it's going to be a tighter game. And we've got all our stuff out. If you haven't listened to our podcast, AFTN.ca, the AFTN Soccer Show, you'll find it on all the podcast apps. We're going to be recording an episode tonight. We'll be talking Whitecaps. We'll be talking this Canada game. And I've got an interesting interview ahead of the Euros on the art of writing football songs. So that is going to be coming up. Just before we go, give Steve a follow on Twitter at WhitecapsBeat. Zach a follow on Twitter at ZacharyAM. Will, where can folk find you on Twitter or online?
At William A. Silver on Twitter.
I'm Michael McCall. Find me on Twitter at AFTN Canada. If you want to get in touch with us, send me a message on there, or you can send us an email, aftncanada@hotmail.com. Thank you to everyone that's watched the stream live. If you've watched it on delay, thank you as well. We really appreciate it. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, please subscribe. We're trying to get those subscribers numbers up. We'd like to get to 1,000. We're a long, long way off, but at least we can monetize it then. This is our first time doing it via OBS. It hasn't crashed, unlike the One Soccer stream, so that's a win to us.
If we get the high subscribers, we get that advertisement from the shaving company, right?
Manscaped.
Possibly. Manscaped, yeah.
Oh, they did get in touch with us. I never bothered replying to them. I like my hairy balls, so
yeah.
I don't know.
No, well, one of us can do it. One of us can manscape ourselves if we get that.
Zach, come on. You know it's you.
I can't because it's against my religion to shave.
Make them look like your head. Anyway, I think on that note, thank you everyone for watching. I'm going to jump on the John Herdman post-game presser. Until next time, thanks for everything. Take care. And as soon as I end the stream, just to let everyone know, it's going to just completely cut off. But thanks, guys. It's been a lot of fun. Allez, La Rouge. Come on, Tuesday.